Hi everyone, meet Jane. Like most of us, Jane can find this whole GDPR thing a bit confusing. But never fear, I'm here to explain and help make you all GDPR pros. So, first things first, what actually is GDPR? Well, it's an extremely important legislation. It's the EU General Data Protection Regulation that is a legal requirement as of the 25th of May 2018. It's designed to harmonize data protection laws across Europe, to protect and empower citizens, and to reshape the way all organizations approach data privacy. Or, in other words, it makes sure organizations are super careful with personal data. I'm sure you're thinking that if it's an EU legislation, then it might not apply after Brexit. But in actual fact, it will. The new UK Data Protection Act will ensure GDPR is embedded in UK law. There are huge fines for breaches of GDPR. Organizations can be fined up to €20 million, or 4% of the company's annual turnover. Wow, that's a lot of money. Individuals can be fined too, depending on the situation, so it's extremely important to stay compliant. Data handlers are the people in organizations who are authorized to handle personal data. There are two types of data handlers: data controllers and data processors. Here's the difference between the two. A data controller is someone or an organization who determines the purposes for which and manner in which the data will be processed. A data processor is someone or an organization that processes the data on behalf of the data controller. Processing in relation to data means obtaining, recording or holding the data, or carrying out any operation on the data, including organization, adaptation or alteration of the data, retrieval, consultation or use of the data, disclosure of the data by sending it, or alignment, erasure or destruction of the data. So, with all this talk about data, I suppose I should really explain what we mean by data, and what data GDPR actually applies to. There are three main types: personal data, special category data, and criminal convictions and offences data. Let's start with personal data. This is data or information about an identifiable person, for example someone's name, email address, phone number, IP address, or even someone's training records. Next up is special category data, which is quite similar to personal data, but it's more sensitive. For example, someone's religion, ethnicity, race, health records, or sexual orientation. Finally, we have criminal convictions and offences data, which is personal data relating to criminal convictions, offences, or related security measures. It's important to remember that these three types of data include anything stored in our computers, emails, phones, and our filing cabinets or diaries. Okay, now we have covered the types of data that GDPR applies to. It's important to know that we have a process in place to ensure that we are compliant. We are following the data protection government regulations. We have a data protection officer to assist with compliance and any queries. Our privacy policies have been updated and are readily available, and all staff will be trained to ensure we can stay GDPR compliant at all levels. A common and very important question is, who is responsible for looking after this data? The answer is all of us. It's extremely important that we take responsibility in how we collect, handle, store and use our data. That is the end of part 1, so take a few minutes to let all that sink in and give our quiz a go.